Hi everyone, I'm Aviad Cohen at AV Master. Today I have the pleasure of having Greg Babbs, Sales Manager at Datapath in our digital living room. How are you, Greg?
I'm very well, thank you this morning. How are you?
Doing great. Weather looks nice and everything's calmed down. So what's more there to be concerned about? So, Greg, Datapath has recently or over the last few months chosen AVCOM as their new home, and we will discuss this. But I think what the viewers would like to know is get a little bit background about Datapath. Who are you guys? What do you do? When was the company founded? Just a little bit more information for the viewers.
Sure, absolutely. So for those who don't know Datapath or heard the name but didn't know too more, we're a UK headquartered designer and manufacturer of visual solutions, if you want to keep an umbrella. If you go onto the website, you'll see we've got a range of video capture, video graphics, video wall processing, and more recently, we're adding KVM over IP and video distribution over IP, really catching the trend early and making our stamp on the way that things should be done there.
Okay. How long has the company been active? For how many years?
Yeah, so we started in 1982 with three gentlemen who worked together at Rolls-Royce, which is also headquartered in Derby, where we are. And I mean, the products have kind of evolved over time as graphics requirements have changed and Microsoft Windows was formed and became. But so we've always been video graphics. That's been prevalent since 1982. And then the other bits have kind of been logical extensions from that since 1982.
Okay. What would be Datapath's specialty? What is your core business, the forte?
Yeah, and the answer to that question has changed over time, actually. If you ask me today as a Datapath solution, it's really people know us for video wall processing. And that can be in a different range of applications. The core one in our, let's say, turnover is mission critical. So things like control rooms, military command centers, SOCs, NOCs, EOCs, that kind of thing. But really, we have a range of applications for creative video walls, graphics extension, and even down to the nature of what we do can be also system component or board level products enhancing the performance of someone else's. But as a Datapath product, wearing the Datapath solutions hat, my answer would be video wall processing.
Great answer. So it's actually being in the background, being seen in the foreground, but nobody really knows who you are. So you do all the dirty work behind stage, so everything comes together in one control room, one flow. This is what you do.
Yeah, so, you know, if I was to use an analogy, is what I do for people who don't come from an AV background is, well, what's Datapath's role in the picture here? Because when I go into the control room, I don't see your logo anywhere. So what are you actually doing? So I always sort of say, right, imagine this AV control room as a human body. You've got the eyes, which are the displays or the rear projection cubes or whatever. They're the showstopper, the things that you see and where the bulk of your money, let's say, you can see is giving you. But if you consider as a human body, you need a brain, right? The brain holds it all together. It sends the signals, receives the signals. That's the video wall processor. So we might be doing the bit in the background in the server room, chugging away, but you know that in your project without Datapath, the whole control room doesn't function, right? So we are an absolutely critical, essential part. And the key thing with the brain is it has to work, right? If you lose a limb or lose an eye or whatever, you still have a functioning body, but with slight changes, right? But if you lose the brain, the whole thing stops. So it's absolutely essential that when you see a video wall processor, when you see Datapath, can you rely on this brand? Can you rely on these products? Because I know without them functioning, the whole thing stops. right? And so that's where we are. We're kind of the silent assassin in the back in the server room, managing all the things.
That's a great analogy. Never thought of it. I never thought about it that way. What would be the benefits of working with Datapath's products or solutions?
Yeah, so as we come from a critical background, the absolute thing at the forefront of everything we do is reliability, for the reasons that I just mentioned. But we have, I believe, one of the best engineering teams in AV, and it's more IT AV because of what we do. But reliability is one thing, but you've always got to be thinking about tomorrow. So you've got great products today, but you've got to know what tomorrow's products are going to look like, because otherwise you become yesterday's solution, not to today's problems, right? So our engineering team is always keeping their ear to the ground. They're coming up with innovative ways to solve problems at the right price point, because there's always this toss-up between, there's lots of ways to solve problems, but you've got to stick within the budget, right? So we give the best range of features for the budgets of the projects that customers have. And I think that's our selling points. Reliability is, of course, at the core, but you've got to have great technology for the right price. And I think Datapath just punches right at that price point and technology merge, let's say, convergence.
I've always said that, getting the idea or the concept pitched could move everything. And then as I started to grow professionally, I understood that it's only a part of a complete story. If it doesn't fit the budget, or it doesn't fit what the customer or the end user or the decision maker thinks, it will not get there. So
yeah, absolutely.
I would agree.
Yeah.
We've had some acquaintance before this interview, way before. We've had a lot of chats via email, some conversations, and circling back to the introduction about AVCOM. Just you guys were looking for a distributor, or what you called a home for Datapath, and for over a few months now, you chose AVCOM to be your distributor here in Israel. What made them the right choice for you? What made them the right partner for you? Where do your cores meet, or your activities?
Yeah, so me personally, when I choose a local partner, I never look at it from the standpoint of I look at it the standpoint of the customer. So why was it a great choice for my customers, right? Because if it's not a good choice for the customer, it doesn't matter what I think, right? So the first thing I've got to do is I've got to say, if I'm a buyer, right, a system integrator, a consultant, whatever, who do I believe is a trusted partner that's going to give me the right advice? And that advice might be, we personally can't help you. You're better off with another brand, another thing, because that's the best solution to your problem, right? Because without that impartiality, you just get a biased view, and I think people see through it quite quick. So AVCOM is a very trusted partner in this market, both technologically, but integrity as well. And I think the values of that shone through when I was speaking to them and speaking to others. But then from my standpoint beyond that was, how is this partner going to give me the right access to the channel in all the networks that we need? So we can be selling into control rooms one day, we're then selling into corporate AV the next, we're selling into rental and stage the next. So the great thing about AVCOM is their channel partner network just touched on all the verticals that I need. And that's a rare ability in distribution, to have a great network in such a wide range. And that's why for me, it was quite hand in glove, really. So it's great for our partners. They sort of hear AVCOM's the channel, breathe a sigh of relief. Yes, we work with them. Yes, they're a good partner. We believe that they give us the great advice. And then it's, can they expand our channels into the networks we need? And the answer is quite clearly yes. It's been a fantastic start to the relationship already, with some great projects sold as well as being designed. So things are going really well.
It's good to know. I'm happy you chose them for a home. I hope that choice keeps going. I'd like to thank you very much for your time, Greg, and I'm looking forward to our next interviews.
Likewise.
To learn a little bit more about the activities that you do, uncover a bit more of what it is that you can provide. And I wish you the best rest of the day off. Working from home, I understand.
That's right, yeah.
And I wish you guys in the UK to get to where we are now, which is ground zero, where everything started. We're not working from home, or working from home is a choice. But enjoy the rest of the day with your amazing kid. And Greg Babbs, sales manager at Datapath, thank you very much for your time today.
Well, thank you again for inviting me in, and thanks to everyone for watching. And yeah, I hope to be a guest in the future.
Looking forward to having you here.
Thanks.
Cheers. Bye.